everyone. I have Isaac here. He is a client from the implementation program, and he actually just finished his time in the program. And Isaac, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you actually came across the reboot system?
I've been in the military for close to 4 years now. I have 2 kids and I'm married for also 4 years. Came across the group about maybe a year and some months now, just because I had obviously my wife had known about my addiction or compulsive behavior, and I started looking out for help. I started looking up stuff. I had looked up on Google how to get rid of porn addiction and all that. And then literally the first person I saw or found was the Porn Reboot implementation. And I clicked on it, and just some about it just seemed really legit. And I was just dove deeper. And that's how I found Porn Reboot.
Oh, nice. All right. Just quick Google search, and I was like, oh, cool. Let's try it. That's awesome. No, I love that. Hey, I'm glad that the Porn Reboot shows up as the first option. That's amazing. Okay, so what would you say was your biggest hurdle or issue that you were going through while you were rebooting? Was there something that you specifically wanted to work on?
I didn't know that I wanted to work on a specific thing up until probably a year or close into the end of my reboot or my time in the group. And it was just my focus, because I was a big procrastinator, still currently working on it, getting a lot better. So yeah, that was one of my biggest focuses. So the focus and changing the way that I look at women.
How was from the beginning of your reboot stages to now, how do you look at women? How has that changed?
I mean, I am a lot more aware of that women are not an object, more aware that they're not just their body parts and all that. They're humans with thoughts and emotions. And that's my view on women now.
How does that make you feel? Actually having that, how does that make you feel?
It's easier to be in public. I remember when I first joined the group, or when I first started this journey, whenever I would be in public with my wife, it'd be really kind of awkward and really difficult to be around in public, especially when a woman passed by.
Yeah.
And now since my wife is more aware of that, of my kind of my mindset or what was going on, it's a lot easier. It just feels more relaxing being in public, less anxiety.
Right. Okay. No, I like that. That's perfect, because when we're constantly racing and saying, oh man, how could I, get something from this woman, that it's all fantasy. Yeah. And you're creating this whole scenario in your head of a possible outcome to feel good. And to just let that go and be hey man, hey, she probably has her own issues. Yeah, she's attractive, and you just move on. And that's a beautiful thing to do, brother. Thank you for sharing that. And so while your reboot you mentioned you're married, has that improved your marriage since you've been rebooting?
I could share more with her. It doesn't feel like I'm keeping so many secrets where I don't know how much we could share, but we're just more intimate. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it as that. We're just we're closer, a lot closer, more intimate, and growing. All marriages still have their issues, but we're definitely, we know how to argue better. That's something I learned from the group too. We can argue effectively.
Nice. That's awesome. So you built more intimacy with your wife rather than just you're able to confide in her more of what's actually going on in a non-needy way, right? It's more hey,
yeah.
That's awesome. That's a major win. I know we have several married guys in the group as well, and perhaps a viewer watching this as well. And that's very hopeful, man. I know a lot of marriages get destroyed or just cause a lot of havoc because of a compulsive behavior. And thank you for sharing that, Isaac. So what's another win that comes to your mind while you were in the program?
The first one that comes to my head is the morning routine. Just I had a morning routine before joining the group, but it was never consistent. I didn't know the real effects of or the real importance of having a morning routine, waking up at the same time every day. And I think that's making the biggest impact on my life, just that commitment, because it leads into more parts of my life, the just commitment, and I'm able to commit to other things too. And it's not easy waking up at the same time every day, especially when you don't feel like it. You still fall back asleep or whatever, but it's you're still improving. That's probably the biggest one.
Nice. So that was like your non-negotiable. Like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. Consistency, which is
Mhm.
awesome. No, thanks for sharing that, brother. And you said it trickled down to other areas in your life, right? That confidence, that consistency. How about you? You say you do. Mentioned earlier you do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? How,
Yeah,
has
yeah.
has that improved as well? You know,
Oh yeah. Definitely, definitely. Like, I actually just wrote down my wins recently. I used to get injured. Even though I was really young, yeah, I started training when I was about 17. And then when I was like at 19 years old, 20 years old, I would get injured a lot. I would get like shoulder injuries. I broke my toe. But the sleep, just since I learned a lot more about sleep, sleeping at the same time, waking up at the same time, my energy and my like strength is just like improved so much like the past couple months ever since I learned about that. It's improved like my mental state, or like the being able to stay calm, breathing, and yeah, just I've improved a lot more than I would have in the past, and like recovery time.
wow, that's amazing, dude. That's even though it may seem like nonchalant how you said it, but that's kind of important. Like you realize how draining your compulsive behavior was. It does
Yeah,
really take away from you. It could be mental, physically, right? You name it. But once you kind of, again, you may struggle a little bit in the beginning, but once you have that consistency of the morning routine, you sleep at the right time, right? You watch the module on sleep, which is awesome.
yeah, probably
And
my
that helps you, bro. Those little things over time compounds, and you're like, and you start to notice, like you said, like, oh, my shoulder doesn't really get as injured as I used to. My toe is not, whoa, it feels weird because it's like normal to you now. But looking back, you're like, oh yeah, that did happen a lot. Which
yeah.
is, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome, bro. I love that it actually benefited you physically. So, brother, what would you say to a brother here that's like watching this video and he's like, he's probably a jiu-jitsu guy himself, and he's like, man, you know what? I have doubts about joining a program like this. What would you tell that guy?
I would say, I mean, if it was a jiu-jitsu guy, I'd be like, it's gonna up your game. If you're like a white belt, you'd for sure gonna get to your blue belt or your purple belt, and because you're just gonna get more confident in your takedowns, submissions, anyway, all that. But in a more general aspect, it'd be just this stuff works. It's like it's not magic, but like they say, the consistency it changes your life and changes the way you look at your compulsive behavior.
How would you describe your experience in the program in one word? What would that be?
One word. Let's be cliche.
Hey, it's cliche for a reason because it could be life changing to you, especially if you're coming from a place with no habits and
Yeah.
no structure, right? Nothing. And you apply, let's say, 50% of what you learned, it's life changing to that person. So I appreciate you sharing that, Isaac. So you heard it from him. It's life changing, as cliche as it sounds. It can be, and it is actually. And Isaac, thank you for taking the time to share your overall experience and wins that you had during your reboot. And anyone watching here, thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Appreciate your time.
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency. Your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally. You're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.